Is James and the Giant Peach Tim Burton or Henry Selick? You know what? I'm going to correct myself. I think that's a Henry Selick. Hiya! Welcome, or welcome back. So I mentioned in my last video that I recently, well, I guess not super recently anymore, moved to a brand new city across the country from where I was before, which means that everything is new and exciting and also frightening. So in an effort to get out for some new city exploration, I decided to take today to visit a few thrift stores with a very particular mission in mind. The mission? To put together 3 outfits inspired by my favorite bugs from the movie James and the Giant Peach. I guess I'm on a bug kick. Maybe I should get another graduate degree in entomology. No, God! A lot of people's first foray into spooky, whimsical, stop-motion animation films, which is very much my aesthetic, was The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm very embarrassed to admit that I did not see The Nightmare Before Christmas for the first time until like 2018. No, my first swism was James and the Giant Peach. I can't think of any movie villain I was more terrified of than Ant Sponge and Ant Spiker. They were vile, they were cadaverous, and something about them walking around in their housecoats, it was so foreboding. And that Peach, even when it changed into full puppet mode, I wanted a taste of that thing so bad. Anyway, Miss Spider, Mr. Grasshopper, and Mr. Centipede were my favorite members of James's bug crew. One is like a pompous British professor, my calling. One is a sassy French goth babe. There are 2 wolves inside of me. And one is like a 1920s newsboy from New York. I don't really identify with that one, but the look is magnifique. So, today we're going on a grand adventure to the city to visit whatever thrift stores are around to put these looks together. And hopefully we can do that. Or at the very least, I find pieces that I can mix with stuff I already own to achieve the looks. Let's catch the bus. So after walking up the 3,000 steps from my place to the sidewalk, I made a beeline for the bus stop, heading right into the heart of downtown Vancouver. The sun disappeared right as I got to the bus stop, so that's nice. Lucky for me, the bus ride was long enough for me to plot out my plan of attack. Basically to hit up 3 different spots, each in a different part of town. The first stop of the day was Community Thrift and Vintage, who I'd actually found on Instagram. They lured me in with their extensive pleated trouser collection, so I had high hopes that if nothing else, I'd at least walk away with a pair of pants. And they did not disappoint. Okay, got a pair of pants. Let's go to the next one. The bus stop to the next place had the perfect view of my wallet's sad, empty future. Next up was Wildlife Thrift. This place was very cool. One thing I loved is that they organized a lot of their inventory by color, which was visually pleasing. They also had a lot more than clothes here in case you're looking for a bedside table, or lamp, or unidentified electronics from the 80s. Last up for the day was the old classic Value Village. I am a double V veteran. I was in my element. There's nothing more invigorating than the clatter of those plastic hangers or the haphazard placement of accessories among the myriad vases and baskets. Unfortunately, that trip was not enough. Since I'd only found about 3/4 of what I needed in downtown Vancouver, the next day my husband suggested we take a trip over to Kitsilano, a neighboring city with a cool, youthy vibe and a vibrant shopping scene. I am now in Kitsilano with my husband, and gonna be hitting up a couple of thrift stores here, and that should do it. It's raining, so my hair's gonna look like that for the rest of the day. The first spot, and the only one I filmed, was In Again Fashion. Their inventory was very cool, with a focus on bigger name brands and interesting clothing designs. The selection and variety is mwah, delicious. After lots of wandering, we decided to grab some locally famous Korean hot dogs from downtown. A reward for a job well done. Okay, we're back, and I've got a lot of stuff to show you. The first thing I got for Mr. Grasshopper's outfit. So these pleated pants I got from a place called Community Thrift and Vintage. They're a kind of polyester linen cotton blend, so they're pretty light and high-waisted. If you actually look at the picture of Mr. Grasshopper, those pants are high-waisted. I think they go right up to his thorax. They're a hair short. I'm quite a long girl. I'm leggy. I got legs. Very inexpensive. I think I got them for like 20 bucks, which was a steal. This is the green blazer that I actually found at a place called In Again Fashion in Kitsilano. This was a bit pricier. This was like 80 bucks, but it is vintage Halt Renfrew. I'm not sure what the material is, and it does have like a couple of teeny tiny little moth holes on the shoulders, but the shoulders are padded. It's kind of like an oversized loose fit, and it's this beautiful mossy olive green, which I love. So let's combine these with a couple of things that I already have and present to you Mr. Grasshopper. Now this is a look I can get behind, and also in front of. I feel like I should be giving a lecture at some prestigious insect academy where you learn how to read people books, I guess, is a good place for them to start. Maybe make cricket sounds in Latin, I don't know. One issue with the pants is that the pockets are shallow, so no tissue hoarding for me. If dark entomologist was an aesthetic, I think this look would fit right in. All I'm missing is a monocle. So for Mr. Centipede, I had to look at his image a couple of times because at first I was like, his pants are beige. Incorrect, his pants are not beige, they are plaid. They also look filthy, but point being, I already had pants that would work. So for this, I went on a wild hunt for a waffle knit Henley, and if you think I found one, I didn't. But what I did find was a really cool shirt from, again, In Again Fashion. So this shirt is from Free People, which is a pretty good brand. And as you can see, it's got this sort of tie down the front. It's a little piratey. The fabric is really sort of soft and loose. So while it's not a Henley, the color is right, the style is cool, and we're gonna make it work. The rest of Mr. Centipede's outfit is mostly accessory based. So from Value Village, I managed to snag this faux suede newsboy cap, and there was only one pair of suspenders in the entirety of the Value Village, but they were a really lovely navy blue. Let's take these items and construct a look inspired by our favorite dumpster bug, Mr. Centipede. I couldn't tell if my kitten Beans' involvement meant he approved of the look or if he hated it. Either way, I think I'm into it, even though I had to make the suspenders as short as they could possibly go. Hashtag short torso problems. The hat does make me look a little like a 6-year-old chimney sweep in the 1700s, but I do feel like I could pilot a peach over the Atlantic Ocean with no Arctic detours. The only concern with the top is that the opening is wide, so I have to lace it pretty tightly to avoid any wardrobe malfunctions. Oh Beans, truly a modeling icon. So the last bug on our list is Miss Spider. I did find a black and white stripy top from the Wildlife thrift store. Wildlife? It's Wildlife. It's Wildlife. So I found this shirt for $5, and the brand is Finn and Grace. It's got a little bit of a V-neck. What I love is a dramatic sleeve. It is very reminiscent of Miss Spider's spider booty is what I wanted to say. It's got a name. the spider booty. So I thought I was done with her until I wasn't. I found this blazer. Look at this. I don't know if you can see all of the sort of weird seaming and pattern. There's piping, and right near the piping, there's a striped fabric. So for Miss Spider, I'm gonna do 2 outfits with the same bottoms. So let's go do that. So it turns out the beret I found was made for children aged 4 to 6, which I am not. Instead, I paired the look with a hat I found a few years ago at a thrift store in Victoria. First, love the sleeves. Obsessed. Crying. Throwing up. I feel like a cross between Lady Beetlejuice and Cruella de Vil. Though these pants I found on ThredUp are a bit tight. The blazer felt very Tim Burton Goes Business casual. And while I'm not sure I'd pair it with an all-black look like this again, the details like the embossed buttons and piping make this a stellar piece. So while on my thrifting adventure, I also found sort of 2 bonus items. So there was this shirt that was on a $5 rack outside of In Again Fashion in Kitsilano. It's this sort of brownie, pinky, reddy color, and if you've ever spilled Tim Hortons chocolate milk on yourself, and then tried to wash it off, you get a stain that's like a lighter version of this color. And it's got these beautiful, big sleeves. I wouldn't call it a sweater, it's just like a knit top, but it's one of those things that I could sort of throw on with anything, and this was Banana Republic. The second thing I got that I wanted to show off that is unrelated to the video might be one of my favorite items I own now. My husband wanted to take me to, one more area after I'd sort of decided that I was done with the thrift adventure, and it's a place on Granville Street called Turnabout Fashion. So we went in just, casually, as a fun time. And one of the first things I saw was this jacket? I want to call it a jacket because it's it goes on top of something. What that is, I don't know yet. Check this out. It's got 2 little ties that have tassels on them, like a good old curtain cord. It's got this beautiful sort of seaming that has gold thread down it, so it's also sparkly, and it has these giant sleeves. So when I put it on, I'm flapping in the wind. And in the back, it's got this beautiful shape, almost like a Edwardian bodice or something, and this was $30. She's precious to me. And there you have it, the spoils of my very first thrift haul in my new city, styled to look like my favorite bugs from James and the Giant Peach. I will say that beyond oh, you want to come over? You want to sign off with me? That's cool, come on. Yeah, we have a guest. Yeah, hi. Hi. That's not for chewing. You just want to hang out? You'll notice that Beans was also helping me style these outfits. So I really like the idea of basing my thrifting off of characters that already exist. I feel like it gives me a lot more direction in the thrift store other than me just sort of aimlessly wandering around for singular items that I might kind of like. Building an outfit means that I now have outfits that are ready to go, conceptually speaking. Despite the fact that the beret did not fit, I would say that overall this was a great success.
Yeah, hi. Hi. Oh, sleepy man. You sleepy man? Yeah.
If you enjoyed watching me thrift and style and pose gratuitously, please like and subscribe. I'll be doing more of those videos I'll be doing more videos like that since those are personally some of my favorite to do. Thanks so much for stopping by today and taking a listen. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.